Okay, as you can see, which you can't see me unless I do this, I started this and then I was like, what are you doing? You wanted to do a video on this. Also, I've been putting it off. Don't have a reason other than lazy. I don't know. Didn't want to do it. So, what I was thinking, I was really thinking about her a lot. This Lady Crimea, which I talked about in my last video, who was like fine. I think I made her, I think I drew this around 16? So about 10 years ago, because I'm 26 now. And so I was drawing this in another room, and then I was like, why am I drawing this and then not recording it? So I've started, and I'll give you my thought process. So I was thinking, because I didn't have this in front of me, I was just thinking like, I kind of have to remember what she looks like. I want to create her more modern. I'm not doing the color version of her. Maybe I'll color it afterwards. I haven't decided. I'm not really concerned about the colors. And I didn't want to do somebody like the self-insert character that my like 16-year-old self made, or 15-year-old self, however old I was around that age, made. And I didn't want to do the like basically rip-off of Jack Skellington, even though I had never watched the movie. But I had seen him and I knew who he was. So it was basically a rip-off, and I knew it at the time, but I didn't really care. Because I was like, well, I'm making it my own thing. But this person, she's not really as much of a self-insert, and she seemed like more interesting and unique, so I wanted to create her. So I'm trying to create her less so concerned about like actually depicting her as a skeleton, but I was thinking it would be more interesting to make her more of a ghoul-like figure, and I've been reading a lot of Fablehaven, which is like a series from my childhood. I must have got it when I was around 13, 14, maybe a little bit younger. I think I was younger, I might have been 12. Anyway, that doesn't matter, but it's kind of like Harry Potter in that it's about kids who travel to a magical world that nobody else knows about. And in that book, there's like lots of different types of magical creatures. And like I had just finished reading like the secondary series, because even though I'm a little too old for those books, I'm not their target demographic, I still really enjoy the story. So I want to see what's happening with the characters, and I enjoy the world. So I read it for that purpose, not so much, for the literary content. But that's an aside. So I want to create this character to be more like a ghoul, and maybe not so much like weird. And I like the skeleton aspects as well, so I'm still keeping with the skeleton eyes, but now I'm trying to figure out what more from this design do I want to keep. I kind of like this petal dress thing that I was going on, but obviously it doesn't really work. And I do like her like skeletal hands, so I'm trying to think of like what I could do. I don't really want the neck to be a skeleton, and I don't really want the body to be a skeleton. So maybe I'll just have the hands be a skeleton, and I don't know what she will be. And I haven't decided if I want to keep her having hair like I did in my original design. So far I like the face a lot better. In the thing it has like tattoos, but I think I like a more simplistic face. So we're gonna keep going. And I was thinking in the book, in the other one, she had like some sort of cape, and she does, but it's like, it doesn't have a high collar, but I think I like the high collar. So we're gonna keep going with that. And I'm trying to think like what kind of body she should have, and I'm just gonna kind of sketch out, now that I know where my like thing's gonna drape, where I want to put the body. I don't really care about her proportions, but because she's like not real, so her proportions can be a little bit off, but obviously I still want her to look like an actual thing that could exist in some like nightmare realm, or maybe in the multiverse if there is one. So let's see. This is like where the outside of the jacket is going to be. That's why I did it like this. And then her body's in here. And I think I want her to have like a pretty pronounced waist. Just because she's meant to be some sort of like sexy lady, I think, was my idea at the time. And I'll give her some hips. And what I like to do when I'm sketching out bodies is I will often sketch out the body and then just erase it afterwards once I put the clothes on. So I'll draw where things are going to be and stuff like that, and then I'll erase it when I get the clothes on. Now I remember her legs were also a struggle for me, and I can tell that they were in here. Like her legs, like I put her feet here, but that's totally out of proportion. Like they should have been off the page. And I don't know if I want them to be skeleton or not. I actually don't even really know if I want her. I think I like the idea of her hands being skeleton, like the flesh is like half melted off. So I think I'll keep going with that, but I'm not really sure about the legs. Maybe I'll have like one melted off and one not. That might be unique. And I don't think I'll worry about her like chest being skeleton. I think she'll have that still. And her stomach, her belly button would be about there. So the bottom of her hips are like where her pants would go would be there. So that means the top of her thighs are like here. So you won't really see her legs per se, but it might be nice to give the illusion that like one's coming off and it's just bone. So maybe I'll have her like a half rotting type creature. I don't know. I know in my original story that I had been writing when I was a teenager, I wanted her to be like with the cracks and stuff, which is like an interesting idea for a 16-year-old, but I don't think I'm going to keep with that idea. It would be interesting to like create some sort of like graphic novel with this character. And I'm trying to like think of like the world she would live in, divorced from like what my 16-year-old self might have thought. My camera is very low. It was only at like 26%, so we'll see how much I can get recorded before it dies, and whatever gets recorded will be this week's video, and whatever happens after it dies I will try to stop, so I'm gonna get up and check periodically, which I may or may not cut out. Now I'm trying to determine if she should have hair or boobs. I think she'll have boobs because I think she's gonna be sexy but also creepy. Like I want her to be kind of like gross but also sexy, if that makes sense. Just because, like, I want the, like, dichotomy of two different things being there. I like when you compare things. So I'm giving her, like, giant tits right now. I don't know if they'll stay this huge, but I'm just sketching it out. This is giving her those big old anime titties. I think her shoulders should be a little bit narrower. And so you can see, oh crap, I left my good eraser in the other room. Oh well, we'll just go with a little eraser for now. It's not a big deal. You can see, I like to sketch out a lot. And like I teach art to kids, and I always tell my students, like, sketch it out light, and then you don't have to worry about it because you can always erase it. Now this girl, she has like this weird, like, mohawk, but then not a mohawk, like long hair. And like long hair is definitely because like I've always had really long hair. The shortest my hair's ever been has been like shoulder length. So I don't know if I wanted to have hair. I haven't decided. I can't decide if that's gonna just be too weird. And with her body, I think I like the bodysuit that I was doing here with like the cross neck. I think I'm gonna keep that. I do like that. Like she's gonna have this bodysuit, and then I'll like give her like a little bit of cleavage here, and then I can erase these guiding boob lines because you're not really gonna see them in her jacket. It's just gonna be like that. So the edge of her boobs is there, and then like she's gonna have really narrow ribs. And then she's like pretty narrow waist, which is like fine. She's like a ghoulish creature. I like this like bodysuit idea though that I had, and I think I'll keep her in like a sort of bodysuit. So there we go. So this will be all shaded. We don't need this line or the belly button line anymore because I know what that's gonna look like. And then this is the edge of her jacket here. So I'm going to just draw that a little bit darker. And then her jacket, I think, is pretty form-fitting. It's going to follow this original curve pretty easily, and then it's going to like flare out. So follow the curve, and then flare out. And then I can erase this stuff in here. As that's the jacket itself. And I think I'll just curve this jacket a little bit more, like it's coming around her, and like maybe she's had a little bit of movement. That's the general idea so far. I think I'm gonna give the jacket like shortish sleeves because I still like the idea of giving her like skeleton arms. I always suck like with arms. I never know what to do with them. It's because I hate drawing hands, and like skeletal hands are gonna be easier than real hands. And it's not even that I'm that bad at hands anymore. It's just I hate doing the proportions. So I'll draw my little circles here for my shoulder. But it's like, what do I have her doing with her arms that would be interesting? I think that's what I hate. Well, that's why I hate it, because it's like, what can I have them do that's interesting? And then I can never think of anything good. And then it's just like, oh, this sucks. And like I could have her hand coming over here, but what would she be holding? I don't think I like that. See, that's what I mean. I don't know what to do with her hands. I could have one hand coming to the, like she's like, you can't see that, but I did. It's kind of weird. Like she's like, but I don't know if I want that. Maybe if I have her holding something that she could be kind of like looking at. Just shade it more. Now, I don't know if this character is evil. I don't think she's really evil. I kind of consider her, it's kind of like in the Fablehaven books that I was talking about, there's like these Nipsies, which are like creatures of the sea, and they like kill humans for fun, but like to a Nipsie, a human's life's like an ant. So like while it's bad, like to them, they don't really like think much of it. And I'll put one of her hands on her hips. Like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. That looks like a tree branch right now, but that's fine. I also just like really hate connecting arms to the body. Maybe it's just because human bodies just like look dumb in my head. I'm like, why is there just like these arms coming out? Which is like stupid, but you know, that's the way my brain is. So I like that design so far. I think already you can see, like obviously my art skills have come some much of the way. I don't know, like I'm not gonna do the tattoos. I don't like that from the original design. Except I wouldn't mind doing like maybe like a neck tattoo, but even then I think it might be too much. I like more minimalist. Hair. If I was going for hair, I actually like her better bald. Like I drew some light hairlines there just to kind of like, because I was like maybe I could give her a mohawk. I actually think I like her bald. Because then if I was gonna color her, like it'd be really fun. I don't know if she needs eyebrows or like something to give the idea of eyebrows. No, I know that's not something she really needs. All right, so I'm just gonna fill out this design a little bit more. So we have our neck on this jacket, and it comes up, and it's got really hard, harsh lines. And then we have the harsh line of this, and we have our girl here, and then we're gonna have like the jacket kind of look like it's been torn. Or actually I'm gonna make it a short jacket. We're gonna have it have like a really long, like droopy sleeve like you see on those like witch costumes or like medieval time pieces. And that's where we're gonna see like the flesh is not fully on. And I'll give her her radius and ulna coming together in some form of fashion. I don't have a reference picture of an arm bone joint thing right now, so we're just gonna see. Now I have to raise this because I drew it too low. And why did I draw so hard? Who could ever know why I did? I'm just gonna check what we're doing like on percentage of battery. Oh, we at 6%. So we'll go quick. Raise this up Here's my arm bones. But see now, that's what happened. This whole thing has to get erased. Yeah, we're at 6%. So whatever I finish will be the video, and then we will see you on Thursday, hopefully, for when I make the next video. Maybe earlier. I was gonna try and upload like Sundays and Thursdays, but I think like putting a specific day in the week, it was just like, it's not gonna happen. I'm drawing like a hand, but I'm not actually gonna make it a hand. I'm just drawing like the shape of a hand for now. And then I was like, you are dumb. And then it just like made me not want to make the video at all. And I was like puzzling over it, and now I'm finally doing it, and it's like, what, 2 weeks later? So probably Sundays. I'm gonna like try to upload every Sunday. And then like if I feel like uploading anything later in the week, like I kind of want to like finish this, but I have to charge my camera, so we'll do that. I hope you enjoyed this like video of me trying to replicate or like recreate a creation. Tell me if you think she needs to have hair, if you think she's good, and if there's anything about her design that you think I should change. I think I'm gonna keep her in the bodysuit with the jacket. I don't think I'm gonna give her, I don't know if I'll give her pants. I kind of like that she has thick thighs, so we're gonna keep that. They just have to come out a little bit more. And this can, anyway, I'll do that more later. But yeah, we'll probably stop here. So this is what you can see for now. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. I broke my camera lens, this camera's lens, like last year. I dropped it and it busted it, and it used to be awesome because it used to autofocus. This one doesn't autofocus, so I can only have one focus because I am somebody who doesn't get somebody else to film for me. I could, but I don't feel like making them stand there for that long. So this is where we stop for today. I will finish this and then upload the rest sometime this week. I hope you enjoyed seeing the art process and hearing me talk a little bit more as I do it. And that's all I can really tell you. I'm looking over my glasses, so I can't even read the Sony that's on the camera, because that's how blind I am. If you enjoyed this video, tell me so. If you didn't enjoy it, cool. Good job. That's awesome. I'm glad you found something you didn't like. And I'm glad you found something you did like, if you did like it. That's all I really have to say. I don't know if her name's still gonna be Crimea. You guys can suggest me names if you have any ideas. And that is that. I don't know how to end this. Stay tuned for part 2 where I finish this and shade it, or perhaps color it. You tell me, do I shade it or do I color it? Do I make it black and white or do I color it? You decide. If nobody decides, I will decide. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.